So welcome back to the More Nick Ackerman channel. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the Google Pixel tablets long-term review. Now, Google recently got rid of they gave you the ability now to buy the dock separately from the Google Pixel tablet. You could still buy it with the dock. It's going to be $4.99, but you can now get this alone without the dock for $3.99. So originally this launched with the dock last year, and now you can also trade in an iPad and get this for nearly free. Of course, you're going to have to configure that. You're going to have to pay for it at first, and you can see it comes in two colors, hazel and porcelain. Now, this one was sent out by Google last year as a hashtag gift from Google, so do keep that in mind, but I'm not paid to say anything in this review, and this is a super long-term review because I've had this for just about a year now. I wanted to use it a long time to give it a proper look. You'll see 128 gigs goes for $3.99 and $4.99 for a 256 gig. Now, if you click on that one right there and you hit the estimate, go to Apple tablets, like let's say you're trading in an iPad mini 6th gen, for example, you want a bigger tablet, you're going to get 150. So some of them are not going to be quite as much, but if you trade in the proper tablet, you can nearly get this for free. But you are giving up a tablet, so it's not technically free, but pretty close. So I would say the price point of these are around that $3.99 to $4.99 price. They're pretty solid. You're getting an 11-inch tablet that's undercutting the price, well, at least the retail price of like an iPad Air, for example. So discussing the design and the build. Now, you can get this in a porcelain color, hazel, as well as a rose color. Now, only on the hazel color you're seeing right here does it come in this. It has the black front. So if you want the black front, you'll have to get this hazel color. The other two have white bezels, which is a little bit different in 2024, as a lot of tablets don't really have bezels anymore. But the back texture is kind of a polycarbonate kind of feel. It's pretty nice though. It doesn't really attract too much fingerprints. You can see the Google logo is right there. We do have the camera over there. That's like an 8 megapixel camera. On the left side, you'll see a shiny, volume rocker switch, as well as a fingerprint sensor right there. And then for listening to, what you're saying when you're asking Google stuff, you also see down here, it does have like these grips. That's because when you place this on the stand, you want to make sure that it's, doesn't like slide around and stuff. This one really was designed with a more of a landscape orientation. Now, there's no notch on this. This is my screen protector. But you can see they already had the landscape cameras on board that was already ready to go. And just kind of the overall feel, while you can use it in a portrait mode, it just feels more natural in the landscape mode for this product. On the front, though, I will say one of the things I'm not the biggest fan of is the bezels are a little bit thick. But for some people, that's not going to matter. They don't really care. It gives them something to grip their thumbs on and stuff like that. But comparatively to some sleeker tablets out there, it definitely is a little bit noticeable. And the weight of the tablet is around 1.09 pounds, so it's not too heavy. It's actually quite light. Throw a case on it, it does go up. It's somewhere in between the weight of a 11-inch iPad Pro and a 13-inch iPad Pro that just came out. But overall, it's pretty darn light. I think it's a nice weight for its size. It's not really too heavy or too much to lug around with this one, which is pretty good. Moving on to the display. 1 year later with this display, we're looking at an 11-inch display. This is 16:10 aspect ratio. So what I've noticed is it's got more of a wider feel to it. It's much better for movies and stuff like that than more of a vertical orientation. It's a really good media device here just because of its aspect ratio 16:10, 276 pixels per inch. So on this tablet, you do have really sharp text, and it's pretty noticeable. That's one of the main things I noticed. While I don't have a 60 or a 90 hertz display here, or even a 120, it does have really sharp text. I've also been not really caring too much about that because the Google experience is pretty smooth on these Pixel devices, even with a 60 hertz panel. So it hasn't been a big deterrent for me on this tablet, but I would like to see them go to a 120 hertz on the next model. But I think for how people are going to use this as kind of like a house tablet, switching between users, placing it on the dock, it really hasn't been a major, issue for me. It really isn't for what this product is. So the Google Pixel tablet also supports USI 2.0 stylus pen. So there's certain stylus that won't work, but there are some that will on here. So do keep that in mind. That's a good thing. as well. Now, long term with the performance, this does have the Tensor G2. I really have found that it has no issues with your day-to-day performance stuff that you need to do on here. It can run all of the Android apps pretty well. There's several updates to come in. It's very well supported product as well. It gets like monthly updates. When you place it on the dock, the battery basically never dies, and it's just updating all the time in the background. So you really don't have to touch it, and it just gets these automatic updates. So it stays up to date. It's well supported, and it even has the Google Circle search. So let's say you want to look at this game right here. You can just do that because the G2 is, of course, a Google AI chip as well, so definitely can do that. It also has the magic eraser in the camera, which is something you might need or might not for a tablet, but it's still there. The OS is pretty simple with their listed icons here in the drawer. It just goes down in alphabetical order with some of the recents up here. And then you have a pretty decent experience when reading news, when watching video and stuff like that. It is an LCD screen, so not going to be the most vivid OLED, but I don't think you need OLED on a product like this that's designed to sit more in landscape and then just be taken off the dock to be used as a tablet, just to chill on and, watch some content and stuff and then put it back on the dock. It's been a really great experience, actually. And while I wouldn't call this anywhere near the fastest tablet out there, it is still snappy. It's still fast enough, and it has solid battery life, but while not the quickest, I like the software on here because it's pretty simple. And on a tablet, I want it simple because when I'm using a tablet, I'm going to use it for entertainment and I'm going to use it to just chill on it and, watch some content. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff distracting me. I love the Pixel OS on here, or like the skin on top of the Android 14. The vanilla experience is what I'm talking about. It just works great on here, and you get the same things you'll get, most of the same things you'll get on a Pixel phone, but this one will just be lift to check tablet, tap to check tablet. When you place it on the dock, you can leave the screen on most of the time, so you can see the clock all the time, like the weather forecast, stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. It really is. And it's really easy to share this tablet because you can have multiple user accounts and share this in the household. It's a great household sharing tablet right here with the Pixel tablet. All right, so discussing the cameras, let's go ahead and check those out here. Where do I have them? I think I have them in the app drawer. So over here, let's go ahead and snap a photo. Bang. So you have the ability to zoom in, and you have a 1x, but you don't have, let me go ahead and put this right here. You don't have yourself an ultra wide, so that's not there. However, if you take a look down here and bring the Android man in, where is he at? Oh yeah, because the camera's all the way over there. You can go to night sight. You have panoramic photosphere. So they did throw in some of the features you're going to get from like the phone. However, this is not going to be crazy amazing results, but they're still pretty solid for a tablet. Just like all other tablets, they work. They're not trash. They're not shareable. Like, I'm going to put these on Instagram, Facebook. Use your phone for that. But you still have the ability to tweak some settings and stuff like that. And in a pinch, if you need it, it'll do the job. Also, same thing for the front. It's also pretty good here on the front as well. For calls and just, general, like talking to people, it's going to be just fine. You could zoom in a little bit. I don't know why you would want to. I'm so glad you can back it out because zooming in this close, like, well, I don't want to be that close. I'm not sure. For some people, it's going to be great though, especially if you want to get more intimate, with your video chats, but you can see you can also do video on the front, which is cool. And then you can illuminate the front a little bit with those bezels right there. You can do some speech enhancement. So there's enough here with the camera. It's not going to blow you away. There's no flashlight on here as well. So if you're walking around with your tablet at night and you need a flashlight, you're going to have to grab your phone because there's no one on here. And it does the job. It's all right. It works pretty well. So the battery life is pretty dope. It lasts a long enough time for me. It gets about a full day on one charge. And the 60 hertz actually helps it here because it doesn't suck a lot of power like a non-LTPO 120 hertz display would. You can also turn on the percentage there. I don't see the adaptive battery mode here, but it really doesn't matter. It's a large tablet battery, so it lasts a while. It's typical, 11-inch tablet. It's a full day of use. It's what you would expect here. Screen on time varies depending on how bright you have the display and what you are specifically doing on the tablet. However, I wouldn't say this is a, super extra duper long battery like you'll find on a larger tablet with a larger battery or something with a little bit more of a efficient processor. The G2 is efficient, but it's not their best anymore. It still does pretty much a full day if you fully charge it. So it'll do good there. Gaming will drain it a little bit faster. I did notice that though. So keep that in mind. Also, this is an excellent tablet if you love to read the Google feed and stuff like that. You have all your services in like Google Docs, Sheets, Calendar, Keep. If you use the Google ecosystem, this is one of the better tablets out there because you can kind of just wake up. You could have this docked somewhere, maybe on your desk or maybe in kitchen table, wherever you have it, wherever you place your products. You can dock it here and then just wake up, go check the news, check your Google stuff and get on, rock on. So it's a pretty good, efficient daily product. It's a very practical product for day to day. And speaking of that dock, they did make this out of like nice fabric. It reminds me of like those mesh uppers on some shoes. It kind of feels like that, or maybe like a fabric carpet or something. It's a really nice homey feel. It feels very home-like. And when you place it on this dock, it is connected by these like pogo connectors right here. You could see on the back, it does have those for the dock right there. Your Pixel tablet will probably live on this dock a lot of the time because when you place this on the dock, there is a pass-through for charging, so you can charge this tablet while you're away, and it'll keep it at a point where it doesn't drain the battery. It kind of keeps it around that 80%, so it's not trickling and it's not going up and down and cycling the battery, so it keeps the battery healthy while keeping it on the dock. Also, when you say, okay, Google, what's the weather? It responds immediately.
It's 71 and partly cloudy. Today, there will be scattered thunderstorms with a high of 80 and a low of 52.
This thing has been amazing. I ask it all the time questions and it is snappy. It's like the best assistant on products today. So I love the Google Pixel's assistant here, the tablet here. It's really great because when you have it docked up, you can ask your recipes. You can ask it things to do when you need your hands free on this dock. You can also have it play music. So when you have a party over or whatever, you can blast some music through this speaker. It really is a useful and a unique way to use a tablet. And then when everybody's gone, you just want to, chill out on your own. You can connect your Pixel Buds to this product and chill out on the couch. So I really like the versatility of the Pixel tablet. So you're giving it all this praise, Nick. I understand you like the tablet, but where does it fall short? Well, it falls short in that it's an Android tablet. I mean, iPads have a lot better apps. There's a lot of apps that are just more powerful. To me, this is it's kind of more of an entertainment device. I probably wouldn't love this for my everyday workflow for like when I'm talking about some heavier stuff. I mean, granted, it can do things. It's not like it's a problem, but you can buy a keyboard on Amazon for this as well. You could use things like LumaFusion. You can rock out and get things done for sure. It's not like limiting you or nothing, but it's just not going to be the best experience because the screen is short with the landscape. It's really designed for watching media. It's not tall for productivity. Another area it falls short is that the tablet itself, to me, the bezels are a little bit thick, so it doesn't look kind of super sleek. But again, like I said, that's just a little bit area where it falls short for me. And also, the Google Pixel tablet doesn't have the fastest CPU out there. There are, these new iPad Airs that just came out have M2s. The previous iPad Air had an M1. So these are like computer level chips, and the G2 is more of a phone level chip. So it's like a bigger Pixel phone here with some tablet features added. It's not really like a full-on Chromebook either. So we have the Android OS on here. So there are limitations to using this product, but I think what it was designed for, it does very well. So I've been pretty happy with this long term. And I do think that if you really like the Android OS and you really like the Google experience, you can't go wrong with this tablet. It's a solid product that I think with the combination of Google supporting it very well will last a long time and be pretty useful for you if you weigh your expectations and if it fits your needs. So it's been pretty good. They can improve this 60 hertz display, go to 120 or a 90. They can potentially reduce the bezels, make it a little sleeker, and add a faster CPU on board for the next version of the Pixel tablet. Other than that, I give it a thumbs up. It's been pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on the Google Pixel tablet. Do you plan on buying one? Do you plan on skipping this one out? Do you enjoy it? Do you not? Or do you want to see some other tablets reviewed here on the channel? I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to be well. Nick here, and peace.